evening. You're watching the Newshour Agenda and I'm Swati Joshi. Ladies and gentlemen, a prasad is an essential part of Hinduism because the prasad is offered to God first and later distributed to the devotees as a blessing from the deity. But if the same prasad, which is considered to be purest of the pure, is adulterated with not only impurities but with animal fat? Yes. The political showdown over the prasad purity in Tirupati Devasthanam or Tirupati temple refuses to die. In fact, the matter has reached the top court of the country. Today, the top executive of the temple trust confirmed that the laddoos of prasad were indeed adulterated. Listen in.
He expressed concern on the quality of ghee procured and the quality of the laddu, which is considered to be very sacred. He wanted that we should take steps to ensure that the sanctity of the temple is restored by different means, including improving the quality of ghee. So we started working on that, and then we warned all the suppliers. We told them that if you are supplying any substandard ghee, we will blacklist you. We will test the samples in outside NABL accredited labs and we will blacklist you.
Armed with the National Dairy Development Board report, Andhra CM Chandrababu Naidu accused the Jagan government of playing with Hindu Astha. Breaking his silence, the YSRCP president called the allegations baseless and accused Naidu of resorting to petty politics. Listen into the war of words.
కడాన ప్రసాదాల్లో కూడా మీరు నేను ఏదైతే చెప్పానో అలాంటి ముడి సరుకులు ఏవైతే వాడారో ఇవన్నీ నాసిరకం కాకుండా అపవిత్రమైన ముడి సరుకులను వాడారు. ఆ విషయమే ఈరోజు టీటీడీ కూడా ఎంక్వైరీ చేసినప్పుడు టెస్టులు చేసినప్పుడు బయటపడిన వాస్తవాలు.
టాపిక్ డైవర్ట్ చేసేందుకు జూలై 23వ తారీఖున ఇచ్చిన రిపోర్టును ఇప్పుడు తీసి ఆ రిపోర్టును వక్రభాష్యం చేస్తూ ఆ రిపోర్టులో నుంచి ఈ మనిషి నోటికొచ్చినట్టుగా ఇష్టం వచ్చినట్టుగా అబద్ధాలు ఆడడం మొదలుపెట్టాడు. ధర్మమేనా అని అడుగుతా ఉన్నా.
However, Naidu's deputy Pawan Kalyan highlighted the desecration of Sanatan Dharma and called to put an end to it. He wants a National Sanatan Dharma Rakshana Board to look into issues of temples in India. Listen in.
So there should be, I feel the reason I had proposed for Sanatana Dharma Parirakshana Board is essential. The reason was when you leave it to the political groups, there is more such incidents are likely to happen.
The Congress wants a CBI probe to investigate the matter. Jagan's sister Vice Sharmila has sent a letter to the Home Minister demanding the same.
చంద్రబాబు గారికి దీని సివియారిటీ ముందే తెలుసా? ముందే తెలిస్తే మరి ముందే ఎంక్వైరీ ఎందుకు వేయలేదు? ప్రజలకు ఎందుకు చెప్పలేదు? మినిస్టర్ ఆఫ్ హోమ్ అఫైర్స్ కూడా ఒక లెటర్ రాశాం, సిబిఐ ఎంక్వైరీ జరగాలి. ఎందుకంటే సిబిఐ ఎంక్వైరీ జరగకపోతే తప్పు ఎవరు చేశారు అని ఇంపార్షియల్ గా ఒక ఎంక్వైరీ జరగకపోతే తప్పు ఎవరు చేశారు అన్న విషయం బయటికి రాదు.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
All right, let's open this up and go across to our guests. We're joined by RP Singh, National Spokesperson of the BJP. We have Professor Jyotsna Tirunagari, National Spokesperson of the TDP. We're joined by Anurag Naidu, author, K. Ravi Chandra Reddy, Spokesperson of YSRCP, Ravi Srivastav, political analyst, and Tehseen Poonawalla, also a political analyst. Good evening to all of you. I want to begin with you, Professor Tirunagari, because Jagan Mohan Reddy has broken his silence and he has alleged that this is nothing but politics in the name of God. It's a diversionary tactics, and that Chandrababu Naidu and his party has in fact insulted the sentiments of the devotees. How do you respond?
It is Jagan Mohan Reddy who has insulted the sentiments of crores of devotees across the world, first thing. Second thing, I also heard his press conference today. We were just waiting for at least an apology from him, saying that during our tenure, yes, this particular supplier was hired by us. Yes, we have compromised with the quality of Laddu Prasad. Yes, we have done misdeeds, so we apologize. We expected that from Jagan Mohan Reddy, which he did not. And in fact, he did not even speak about that particular lab report that has come up. He said that's all humbug. My only question to him, even we have been asking it from, I think, 3 or 4 years onwards. What is your problem with, Lord Balaji or Tirumala Shrine or Sri Salem Shrine or Vijayawada or Simhachalam or any other major temples in the state of Andhra Pradesh. And it has been a very corrupt government in the past 5 years. We have seen it. But corruption in even a temple shrine, doesn't it seem very disgusting? Corruption in a temple? They should be ashamed of themselves.
Okay,
and
but Jagan Mohan Reddy also said that when he was in power, they followed the protocol. The suppliers provided NABL certificate. He also went on to say, in fact, we rejected the substandard products in our regime 18 times. And a similar process was followed previously as well. He's also saying that, by the way, the test report that has come is from Chandrababu Naidu's regime.
Obviously, when we have come to power, we said that we are going to start cleansing from Tirupati itself. We will do it. All the misdeeds that Jagan Mohan Reddy has done, we are going to rectify all of them. We have said it. And in this particular case, they are saying that the sample is during our time. Yes, but who was the supplier? Where was the supply coming from? It was the supplier whom they have hired. Tell me one thing. Where do you get a pure cow ghee at 319 or 20 rupees? That was the question. That's the reason the EO immediately ordered for an inquiry into it. During the inquiry, they found out that this is the problem there, and immediately they blacklisted because that supplier was constantly supplying to. So that supplier was blacklisted, and the entire remaining stock was seized.
Okay, Mr. K. Reddy, the counter that is coming into Jagan Mohan Reddy's accusations is that we in fact exposed the rot. We in fact have exposed how temples were being looted, and the allegation also is that the regime was against the Hindus.
First of all, good evening to all and to you as well, to the panelists as well. First, we demand from YSRCP, unconditional apology should happen through Chandrababu Naidu to all crores of Hindu devotees, because he alleged and he touched Lord Balaji's devotees. Hindu sentiments he hurted. Because he said that this is a simple thing. You please observe the regime when the samples has been taken. Every 7 days that load will be changed. The ghee will be stocked for only 7 days. After our government exit, this government regime only that July 17th samples has been taken, and July 23rd.
But it's not about the samples and when they were taken. It's about the supplier, says TDP.
Yes, exactly. They want to change the supplier because Chandrababu Naidu is having heritage dairy. He wants that ghee contract, either by backdoor through Nandini ghee or by direct door from heritage ghee. This is a matter of ghee contract supply regarding. They want to cancel that. They want to enter their ghee into Tirumala supply. Okay. This is the original fact at the cost of Hindu devotees' sentiments.
Okay, let me bring in Anurag Naidu. Anurag Naidu, both sides are claiming and alleging that the other party has hurt the sentiments of the devotees. Who's doing it? Who is in fact insulting Hindu faith?
Before that, I want to.
Well, I think it's.
I'll come back to you, sir. Let him quickly make his point.
Today, hold on, just one, please, sir, please.
Yes, definitely.
I'll tell you the biggest letdown and the biggest insult. One is letting a substandard ghee to come in, selecting a vendor who does not meet the quality. Sir, please hold on. Let me speak. What is it? Okay. So the vendor, the formulation of the tender was not QC-based and the least cost. That itself says that the concern was not on quality but the least cost, right? Now, why do you have to change the vendor who have been supplying for last 50 years? Who is the federation of renowned federation from Karnataka, which is a couple of hours away from Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam, supplying for last 50 years by the farmers of Karnataka, as pure as it can get. I was expecting the former Chief Minister, Mr. Jagan Reddy, to give a clinical explanations in the press conference today, but rather I found the press conference to be absolutely flat, diverting the entire topic away from a very, very serious allegation. The beef fat, whether it is fish oil. This is absolutely serious allegation. You need to understand the millions of devotees, and I've always been telling Swati, we have had many discussions during the Sabrimala days, and for the last 7-8 years, me and Rahul Ishwar, we always been fighting of having a Sanatana Dharma Rakshaka board. Today, Pawan Kalyan echoed the same voice. I think it's high time that we do a complete overhaul of the entire system that is running the entire temple process, take away the politicians, and most important, we must have a CBI inquiry conducted. We must have the entire process.
That in fact is also the demand of Y. Sharmila. Mr. Reddy, Y. Sharmila has written to the Home Minister and is seeking a CBI probe. Let me also, since you're talking about suppliers, in 2023, the Karnataka Milk Federation argued that it was selling ghee at 400 per kg and was not able to sell it at lower rates, and it backed out because it could not compromise on quality. So who was asking them to compromise on quality, or who was wanting to continue their contract with suppliers who were selling ghee at a much lower rate?
If anybody supply with some subsidiary cost, how you can certify that is substandard? For sacred feelings, they may have given in subsidy rate. In huge quantity, they might subsidize it. This fight is entirely regarding dairy business of Chandrababu Naidu. They want to get benefit through Nandini in back door or front door is heritage. This is the sake, for this only sake, he made dirty politics and he hurted Hindu sentiments. Entire world is watching.
Okay, it's about business. Professor Tirunagari, it's about business for Chandrababu Naidu. Respond.
He will be punished by Lord Venkateswara, however.
Because I'll tell you here, I'll tell you. One second, sir. The point is, Nandini Dairy does not belong to us. It's not Nandini Dairy. It is Nandini milk that is supplied by Karnataka Milk Federation Society. It is a cooperative society by the farmers. Let me put it very clear. And if you just give me a few seconds, the thing is, pure cow ghee is just in that quantity is just supplied by from 4 different places. One is Karnataka, which is KMF, and the other one is from Punjab. And there is some small amount which is available from Visakhapatnam and another small amount which is available from Erode, Tamil Nadu. The point is, Punjab is very far away and the transportation and everything would be logistically not possible. And Visakhapatnam and this particular Tamil Nadu put together also, it cannot meet the 13 to 15,000 kg per day requirement of TTD. That was the reason. ये हमने या किसी और ने नहीं choose किया था. बहुत पहले ही KMF was doing it. Because of the reason that it is hardly 3 to 4 hours away from Tirupati and logistically also it is very, very easier for them to operate. The point is, they are constantly saying that we have changed the supplier because they were selling it for less. My point is, if they were selling it for less, they don't, because they are traders.
So he's saying just because they are subsidized rates does not mean you can question the quality.
Listen, pure cow ghee is not available with a trader there. It's only from the cooperative society that we get it. Pure cow ghee is not available from a trader, and the ones they have hired are traders. All the 5 suppliers they have taken are traders. The point is, obviously, you'll have such problems with the traders.
Okay, our other guests also want to come in. Tehseen Poonawalla, Mr. Pawan Kalyan has opened another front entirely. The Deputy Chief Minister is saying we need to have a conversation at the national level. We need to stop desecration of Sanatan, for which we need to constitute a Sanatan Dharma Rakshana Board.
Thank you, Swati, for having me at this show. And at the onset, I echo what Anurag says. Very often, Anurag and me are on different sides of the debate. But I do echo that there must be no more government control of temples. If there is no government control of mosques, no government control of churches, no government control of anything, why should our Hindu fellow citizens, their temples be controlled by government? That's the first part. The second part about it. All of these government control bodies, the problem is people who are in these boards are thugs of the first order, and I have no apologies in saying this. For example, in this particular trust was that Dr. Ketan Parekh, accused of the medical scam, bribery, was Sri Sarath Chandra Reddy, money launderer as per ED, who gave electoral bonds to a political party, I'm not making this political, and was a witness against the chief minister in the liquor scam and partner of another chief minister's daughter. These guys were in that body. Can you imagine how these people are there? And they are the people who will decide, Swati, whether you, Anurag, me or Ravi will get to go in VIP or get. These people have no connection with Lord Venkatesh, with any god, our gods and our relations relationship is one. We don't need these agents in between.
Okay.
Having said that, there are two issues that need to come up. It is now incumbent on the present Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh to put out the rest of the facts before the country, because every Hindu and every Indian sentiment is hurt. Why just Hindu? So this is a lab report from Gujarat. Can we have the FSL report from Hyderabad? Number two, can the vendors be prosecuted? So I once again extend my support to what Anurag and the Congress party saying. A CBI inquiry of the highest order, not just a CBI inquiry, a CBI inquiry under a sitting High Court judge or a Supreme Court judge, so that there is no political interference and no coalition.
Okay, so you're saying while the larger issue is about freeing the temples, right now the state government needs to provide a lot more in terms of details whether or not the prasad was impure. Mr. K. Reddy also wants to come in. Mr. K. Reddy, go ahead, and then Anurag Naidu.
I want to specify one point purely and directly. Sanatana Dharma Protection Board may be constituted at one day, today or tomorrow. If Sanatana Dharma Board is constituted, what is about TTD and Ram Manas Charit Akhada Trust? They are doing their own sacred services in name of trust. This is a larger issue. This is larger conspiracy by Chandrababu Naidu to be a part of NDA. He failed in all manifesto promises in Andhra Pradesh to deliver. After 100 days, he started this type of allegations with the cost of devotee sentiments. He want to make business. And one more thing is specified. And Chandrababu Naidu is not having any time. He is not having any favor to public. He will never do the promises to be fulfilled. He failed miserably.
Okay, within 100 days, you're saying, and let me bring in RP Singh on that. Within 100 days, you're saying that he is doing all this to follow NDA's line. RP Singh, Rashid Ali of the Congress is demanding the resignation of the Prime Minister on this issue. They are alleging that it's the BJP, in fact, that is calling the shots.
Well, it's shocking. And what do you expect from Rashid Ali other than this? But fact is that Hindus, devotees for the temple, Lord Venkateshwara's temple, are today shocked by the revelations which has come. I was going through the report. It categorically states that fish oil, the beef tallow and the lard are part of the prasadam. So if that is true and this report is right, which is from very credible organization, so it means that there's a big game plan behind it, and the game plan is somehow use the funds of the temple or misuse the funds of the temple for other objectives. Otherwise, how can you take ghee at 320 rupees, which is not less than 400 or 500 rupees?
Okay, but do you agree with what Pawan Kalyan is saying? He's saying we need to have a dialogue between the stakeholders at the national level and constitute a Sanatan Rakshana board.
Yes, I was coming to that. We Sikhs have our own Gurdwara committees. Lakhs of devotees countrywide goes to Gurdwaras and they are served with the prasadams which are of pure desi ghee, pure ghee.
Okay.
So why can't there be trust, or why can't there be committees of...
Okay, you're raising an important point. Anurag Naidu, then Tehsin Poonawala. Anurag Naidu, also respond to Mr. K. Reddy, who's questioning the role of TTD and other temple trusts.
I will tell you why there is a need of having a Sanatana Dharma Rakshakan board. You know, let's take the example of Tirupati Tirumala Devasthanam. You know, for the last 6 years, there have been several debates. One, the potu, the kitchen, the divine kitchen was broken and the prasadam was made outside without having a proper shelter. There were Agama Shastra not being followed. Ramana Dikshitaru, the chief priest, came out and alleged the government of wrongdoings back in the days. Now again, we have, you know, the whole, you know, the huge story of prasadam being compromised. I have two questions to ask. Who decides? Is it the IS officer who is at the helm of TTD as an executive officer, and there is a chairman who is usually a politician who has been who could not be accommodated in the cabinet, and who comes and sits in the chair of you know, the chairman of the TTD, and all the members are either MLAs, and let's also not forget that Tehsin made a very good point. The last government, They doubled the number of members in the board. They took ad hoc members. I mean, I can't tell you how many. I mean, the room was not big enough to accommodate this many members. I think the focus on the spiritual aspect, the focus on temple that went down, and that is the reason why you have a least cost based tender and not a quality based tender.
It's not quality based, it's least cost based. Also, there's another allegation of promoting your relatives and giving them the chairman's post when it comes to the board. Tehseen Poonawala.
So Anurag is right. You see what happens across all of these boards. See, as a spokesperson for Jagan's party said that, look, these are independent trusts. He's right. Technically, they are supposed to be autonomous trusts, but they are not. In fact, Swati, you will be surprised and your viewers will agree with me. There is bargaining. So in a coalition government, whichever government is, for example, in Maharashtra, they'll say, okay, you take this board, you take this temple, you take this temple, you take this temple. There are MLAs, there are relatives of MLAs, there are businessmen, there are thugs who are there. Imagine what they are up to. And again, I say they decide how we do our darshan and they come in between us and our Lord. That is the problem. When we say, or when Anurag is saying that there must be an independent board, he's not talking about these trusts that are controlled by government. Truly independent, where say somebody like Anurag has the credentials, or somebody like Ravi who has the credentials.
Okay, when vested interest is not involved.
It is not political. It is not a bargaining that Congress will get 2 seats, BJP will get 2, TDP will get 2.
Ravi Srivastava wants to come in.
It is not bargaining.
Okay, Ravi Srivastava.
See, Swati, first of all, I want to ask, is it the government job to make the laddoos? It is not a government job. It is done by the trust. It is done by the trust employees. And the one trust employee is on camera. He is refusing to answer any question. He says, I am under depression. Just now I saw the video. And the friend is that these people, whether this government or that government, it's not a government job. The trust is doing it. So I agree with the Tehseen's demand as a thorough CBI inquiry, because I am finding a bigger culprit, the priest over there, who are feeding these laddoos to Lord Balaji. I mean, instead of crores
but
of
the
Hindus,
samples were taken after which the report came, after which everybody now knows that there was foreign fat or animal fat in it.
Hyderabad forensic lab is far more modern and far more developed. Why can't we get it done, report there only? So
Anurag Naidu wants to respond to that.
Politicizing.
Okay, politicizing the issue merely.
Swati, this man is out of his mind.
Exactly. Swati, one quick point. So, the most unfortunate line one can ever use is politicizing the issue. You know why? Tirupati Tirumala Devasthanam is the only temple in whole of India where the privilege darshan is only based on the recommendation letter of a politician. One MLA has a quota of 1 letter a day. A cabinet minister in the state has a quota of 2 letters a day. The majority, not majority, 100% of the privilege darshan are purely based on the recommendation of politicians. And you are telling, let's not bring politics inside the temple. What else do you want me to say on this? The whole point of Pawan Kalyan making a statement to overhaul was this: we do not want political interference in running the temples, and that exactly has happened. What is the proof? What is the evidence? What is the evidence? What is the evidence that?
That's the point.
What is the evidence? What is the evidence to say that political influence was not involved in selecting the vendor?
Ravi Srivastava, please do respond to that.
If not, please welcome a CBI investigation in this matter.
Respond to that, Ravi Srivastava.
I am welcoming the CBI inquiry. There is a rot within. The former priest has said that he had highlighted these animal fat and that fish oil and all, but the board did not take any action.
Why not? Why not, Mr. Reddy? Were the boards under some sort of pressure? Why were the board members not acting if such complaints were raised earlier?
God knows the fact, because the NDA is ruling Andhra Pradesh now. NDA, it is not only Telugu Desam party regime. And one more thing I want to specify. During 2014 and 2019, the same NDA ruled government was there. The tankers has been rejected substandard quality 15 times. And 2019 to 2024, Jagan Mohan Reddy's government was there singly.
What do you have to say about what KMF said?
We rejected. 1 minute.
What do you have to say about what KMF said? That they would not, they were not ready to compromise with quality. Who was forcing them to compromise with quality?
Let me complete, Swati. Let me complete. Why you are in a hurry? And we rejected 18 times. that substandard quantity any time, any part of time, in any government tenure, it will be rejected. Similar way, this July 17th, the samples has been collected in the existing regime, the Chandrababu Naidu's government, and 23rd of July, the reports came in, and I asked Mr. Chandrababu Naidu straight away, has that substandard material has been used or rejected? You have also been rejected, I think so.
Okay, quick rebuttal.
And you are highlighting...
Quick rebuttal, Professor Tirunagari. Quick rebuttal.
That is the sentiment.
The question is very simple. The supplier is not changed. You have not changed the supplier, and during your tenure, have you ever conducted tests? Why an organization is giving it to you for so less? Have they compromised with the quality or not? Have you conducted the test? Why weren't the reports out? This is our question. They don't have an answer for that. They say ऐसा ही आया था tanker उसको check कर दिया substandard है तो.
No, but Jagan Mohan Reddy today said that they were supposed to, and they have submitted NABL certificates, and that these regular checks were done. I don't know whether samples were sent or not.
My question, my answer to that is, point is, today we have a report in our hand which talks about adulteration. Forget about substandard. It talks about pure adulteration here. Have they ever done tests like this?
Have you ever done such tests? If you rejected and asked those truckloads of products to be returned back 18 times in your tenure, as you claim, were the samples ever tested? Mr. Reddy?
Every time it will be tested. From NABL certificate to 3 times of the testing will happen through a TTD board. 3 tests will be happened. After that only, if they certify that sacred purpose of laddu making, that it will be used.
The supplier is telling you substandard
politics made by Chandrababu Naidu,
and you are doing a report with the TTD one.
To get business for heritage.
Third-party testing.
This is the only reason. He is making ghee marketing purpose. He want to terminate that company. He want to introduce his company.
Okay, now since everybody agrees, since everybody on the panel also agrees that a CBI inquiry is welcome, that the temples need to be freed of the clutches of the states, and there should be zero political influence or connection to the temple trusts and boards. RP Singh, then the big question is, what is the centre going to do about it?
First is that we have to ensure that the proper inquiry happens, and need be CBI inquiry, under the High Court judge, because it is very important that the faith of devotees need to be restored. That's the most important thing today. And secondly, I'm shocked none of the Congress top leadership is speaking. Those Hindus who used to wear Janeu over the court is not speaking today. Where is Rahul Gandhi? Where is Mallikarjun Kharge ji? Not a word except a local state leader issuing a statement for a CBI inquiry. And also, that I am again reiterating, we run gurdwaras under SGPC and other gurdwara bodies.
Okay.
So something of that sort need to be formed for the temple trust also, so that there
but who will do that? Who will initiate that? And that's why I asked you that question.
And there are people.
Okay, Tehseen Poonawalla, I have to wrap up very quickly. Just a few seconds I can give you.
On behalf of millions of Indians like me who go to temples, I also go to Gurudwaras. We never have anything like a VIP thing there. This VIP thing needs to also stop with these new trusts. Everyone is equal before the Lord. These politicians, as Anurag rightly said, decide who go in. And then there is this, and if you're not elected or you can't be made a minister, you're made a chairman of a trust in a temple, has to stop. Between my Lord, my God, there is no VIP culture. My God treats everybody equal. In fact,
Okay, you are also demanding a complete overhaul, the steps that need to be taken in future. But right now, I believe amidst all the political war of words, we need more details, and we also need to nab the culprits. We need to fix accountability and responsibility in this case. Thank you very much, Professor Tirunagari and gentlemen, for joining us in the broadcast.